Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is another video this week. This week we're at Watkins Glen International Circuit. I'm participating in a night race this time. I couldn't really get enough time to participate in the other races, so this is the only race I could do this week. And here's me going out my out lap during qualifying. I'm already in traffic, so I'm trying to manage what's happening around me and trying to see who's having the fast lap. So this time I've switched off the timing screen on the left because I was getting very distracted and I was not paying attention on the track. And fast forward to my actual quali lap. Let's take a look. Heading down to turn 1, braking at 200 meters, hitting the apex. Could have done a little better job, but it's okay. I'm trying to carry some speed into this straight here. One of the best corners is coming up. High speed chicane. Braking at 300 near the marshal's post, hitting all the curves here. Still trying to keep as much speed as possible. And this is a big grip zone which is very punishing on the left tires, left front and left rears. And then immediately we brake near a drainage cover, turn left. The key is to carry more speed into this corner, and you have to be very consistent. Here there's a lot of camber present, so if you take advantage of this camber and try to carry more speed. Because I'm on a low fuel, I can do that. To top it all off, a slow right turn and then another slow left turn. This is particularly tricky because it's off camber and it's hard to grip the tires and you end up spinning a lot. Another fast corner. And then that's the last corner here. We come down to finish my lap. I finish P8 on this particular lap, and I'll be starting P10 because those are the fast cars behind me, I believe. And fast forward to the race. We're starting in P12, not P10. So the goal here again is to be a little careful because this is a night race. Many people miss their braking points and rear end. So let's watch the first one. I get a pretty decent run, but I'm trying to hold myself back so that I don't crash into anyone. The Porsche on my right got a big launch. Took 3-4 places, I think. I lost around 2 places here. And I thought he was almost going to turn into me. That was my corner and he's coming from behind. He's not even side by side, but I tried to give him space. Oh, another hairy moment. I thought the body missed its braking point. Usually these things happen in the rookie lobbies, so I just try to be careful so that I don't end up ruining my race. I'm trying to stay close to this pack in front here so that in case someone wins it, I can make a few positions. And this, I always underestimate how these cars in front brake a little earlier, and that causes a sort of a butterfly effect. And that always seems to catch me out. But in this case, I made sure I braked a little earlier, a few meters earlier. Both of these cars go very wide, and that McLaren, it's just, I have no words for that kind of driving. Porsche in front is holding back the McLaren, the Mercedes and myself here, also in the McLaren. McLaren's just darting around everywhere and that causes him to lose time. and I gained that position here. I close the door on him completely so that he doesn't do anything stupid, but I think he gets a very good run here. But again, that understeer there while turning right, it always catches people out and they end up rear-ending the other drivers. So I felt that was going to happen and I moved out of the way. If I stuck to my line, I would have crashed there. So awareness is a skill only one can have, not everyone. My goal here is to get these two places in front of me. The Porsche is pretty slow and I think he's holding up the Mercedes here. I'm getting close in this particular sector, but they are pulling away from me in the straight during the first sector. So my strongest sector, I'm trying to put pressure to force mistakes from the drivers in front here. See someone like that always springs around in tricky corners like this. Slight mistake from myself here. Like I said, the off-camber turns always takes you by surprise, and with the big fuel load and cold tires, it becomes difficult to read how much grip is available. So I think that definitely caught me out in that case. I spent quite a few laps behind this Mercedes before I was able to make a move. As you can see here, the Merc has tremendous straight line speed and exit out of that turn 1, whereas I am struggling a little. Even if I go down a few traction points, I start losing grip. And this is a very risky move from the Audi, but fair enough. I left the door open. He passed me safely. Good move from the Audi though. Maybe I should draw some inspiration for the next season. Try to pull out more moves like that. The only reason I don't pull moves like that is I don't trust the other rookies to give me enough space. So I try to beat, and this absolute so bad that the braking point, he didn't have to brake so much for this corner, but I think he's trying to push me back into the P12 car here, the McLaren behind me. Maybe they're friends, maybe they're not, but that was a very unnecessary brake check. Maybe not brake check, maybe it's just a skill issue from that Audi driver in front. My point is that was a little uncalled for. He could have just gone front and taken some more speed. All the cars that are getting very good launches into turn 1, they're struggling in this particular sector, the last few set of corners where I am the strongest. So I'm able to close up, like here in this instance, I'm able to close up a lot on this Mercedes in front. I really thought I can make a dive here. I was actually about to go side by side, and you can see how much that Mercedes pulls in front of me. I was almost wheel to wheel, rear wheel to front wheel I mean, and that Mercedes just pulled a tenth, 2/10 on me. This was painful throughout the race because most of the cars here were Mercedes, and they were able to have really good exits from turn 1, and I made another mistake. During the night races, the temperatures fall very quickly, and it's hard to keep tire temperatures on and off in a good operating window, and that causes to lose grip. That's the most challenging, as the Mercedes experienced here. He lost a lot of grip, so the same thing happened to me in the previous corner. I'm trying to be side by side, trying to be Mr. Round the outside, while also being careful so that the Mercedes doesn't ram into me. he has the inside line here, so I tried to do the switchback, but he had a good line into this. I think his braking was on point. He didn't go wide, he didn't compromise his exit. So kudos to this Mercedes driver. I again lost grip into this traction zone, so that Mercedes driver has getting another advantage. I think he messes up a little into this corner. He goes on the grass, goes too wide. I think he even touches the wall, which gives me the advantage, and very close. And down the inside, I went down the inside. I was like, let's go, let's do this. I had enough of this. I've had enough of looking at the Mercedes' rear lights. Again, side by side, hairy moment, but I think this time I have the upper hand in terms of exit. But while I was making this pass, there was a backmarker behind who was trying to unlap himself innermost. I'm finding for position is trying to unlap himself, which was really annoying. It could have been potentially race ending for me. I had a conversation with him post race and he calls it just racing. Let's watch the replay here, and you guys can let me know if it was warranted, or maybe he could have waited a couple corners if he was really that fast. Let me know in the comments down below. Maybe I was wrong, maybe I was right. I'm here to learn, so let me know in the comments. It's that black Mercedes behind I was talking about. The Mercedes I was fighting with position for gives me a good amount of space. I also show him equal amount of respect, equal amount of space given. But this Mercedes back marker, I thought I was gonna crash here. Fully sends it into this turn, and immediately becomes slower eventually later. And I don't get this. Like, I understand you're faster, you're trying to unlap yourself, but you're like 20 seconds behind your leaders. He was 21st. He's literally in the last position. He's trying to unlap himself. The P20 is probably 20-30 seconds in front, and I don't understand. His race is already ruined, and he's extremely slow in this sector. Decides to block me, decides to overtake me in the most difficult corner, high speed corner. It could have ended both our races. I just don't get it. Some people, I don't want to rant here, but it was really questionable driving standards. And the dude washes out, makes a mistake. Again, almost pins and takes me out. And I didn't want to show him any mercy, so I gave him the shoulder here. I tried to push him wide. But tooth for a tooth, maybe not. Anyway, he's still behind me. But I don't think he's really faster than me, or he understands that his race is already over. This is P21. There's no point fighting P7, but I think he tries to, but he's only strong in this particular straight. Goes up, but I think he decides to, oh no, he doesn't decide to back off. Instead, he tries to push me off here. I took a little avoiding action so that I don't ruin my race with this guy's. I want to say words here, but I don't want to. Anyway, the next lap I decided to box. To overtake all the guys in front of me. This is my attempt to undercut the cars in front of me. Last week I went on for a couple laps longer in Hungary, and then it ended up me losing P2 in the race. So this time I didn't want to make that mistake. Planned it out perfectly. I was able to overtake the cars in front here. So the minimum requirement pit stop is 25 seconds, and with 25 seconds you can only refuel. The tire change is not really compulsory, so you don't have to do that. and body damage I didn't have any, so I didn't need to spend the extra 5 seconds or how many ever seconds it was required to repair or change tires. I was able to overtake both of those cars in front of me, and this will prove to be helpful because I'll also be undertaking undercutting the cars that were in front of me. Here's another example. P7 is in pits here, and it's a very easy undercut for me. I'm faster. I've managed to cool my tires down on my out lap so that I have good tire performance. And this is another position for me, P7 to P6. So from last week's call section where I said I need to plan my strategy better, I have worked on it and looks like it's worked out for me in this particular race. This is another backmarker, I believe, P17. I thought he was going to come wash out back to the racing line, thankfully he did not, and that led me closer to P5 here. So my goal right now is the maximum I can get here is P5. This is what I'm thinking while driving. The P4 car is about 6-7 seconds in front. What is that? 9 seconds. Not able to see. So he's a long way in front. There is no way I'll be able to get P4 with 7 minutes remaining. So my goal here is to get P5, and he wins it. I was waiting for this to happen. On older tires, sometimes it's hard to get grip, and you need to be really mindful about the amount of grip you have. And that's P4 for me. It was P5. I was not aware there was another car in front that was yet to box, and when he boxed I was able to overtake him as well. This is the problem, running longer, trying to overcut, so that never works. So on this track, undercutting is the way to go, and I was able to nail P4. Maybe if I wasn't so careful in the start, I would have gotten P3. And that's the race for this week. A good race, a good amount of points. And let me show you what pros and cons I have for this week. So good strategy, but I was hard on tires towards the end. I didn't have a lot of grip. I had good racecraft once the lap 1 went on, but I was too careful in turn 1. I was really consistent in braking points, but the turn 1 traction zone was really poor. So I'll be working on these cons and improve on myself for the next week. So it's Indianapolis next week. It's a brand new track. I'll still be continuing with McLaren, so here's some preview. I was having some practice, so I managed to take some nice photos, use my photography skills to use here. So I'll be practicing, and I'll see you guys in Indianapolis. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, hit the bell icon. It will help me. You'll be supporting my channel, and see you guys next week.